Bleach Rebirth of Souls has yet again gotten some new footage, and this time it's for the story mode. With the Bleach anime premiering so long ago, about 20 damn years, it doesn't have that many form of mediums or modern games that go above and beyond to recreate the story, compared to Naruto or Dragon Ball, who have several games and animated cutscenes detailing their story from the very beginning. And it looks like Rebirth of Souls will be the closest thing we have in that sense when it comes to Bleach. A few days back, some official story mode gameplay was released for the game, and it radiates amazing signs because we are instantly introduced to some 3D cutscenes instead of the plain screenshots that we normally get in anime games of today. And if we combine footage from trailers and whatnot, I think it's safe to assume that the story mode will be including a lot of these animations throughout. However, with that being said, the 18 minutes shown to us sort of highlighted the fact that there are currently a lot of rough patches that need some extra reishi applied to them. It looks as though the story mode will be attempted to maintain a decent pace by cutting out certain details and events that aren't overly important, which does make sense. We're in a day and age where people are developing the attention spans of a baby goldfish, so unless you're a JRPG or a Hideo Kojima game, having long ass cutscenes won't really have that many benefits for you. Tamsoft have also altered a few events like the scenery and also Rukia's entrance, so the downside is that this game wouldn't be the best way to experience the Bleach story if this is your first impression of the anime. On the other hand, if you're like me and did watch the anime several years ago, this would be a great way to get a refresh of events that occurred during the earlier days. Like, I completely forgot the reason why Rukia was sentenced to death was because of what she did in the Ningen world. Looking at the character models, I'm actually a huge fan of them. They seem pretty smooth and up close much better than I had imagined. I did feel at times that their movement wasn't the smoothest, nowhere close to MJ's level. And in terms of animation, the characters looked really plain and a bit stiff at times, plus the lip sync was really off every now and then. I'm going to assume these aren't pre-rendered cutscenes, which is why that happens. Some screen effects were used in an attempt to emphasize certain things, although it didn't really help much either. The expressions were good, yet far from clean. There were times where you could see subtle cuts or jump between the change of faces, like this little cut for Rukia where you can see her head placement magically skip to the right as she changes expression. They tried to use Ichigo's limbs as a cover, but he doesn't go to the gym. His arms aren't swollen enough to cover that big ass head of Rukia's. That being said, this is very far from being a deal breaker for me. The problem is that with how stylish every other aspect of the game has been shown and marketed, from the trailers to the UI, the music, even the gameplay itself, I was simply just expecting more of that to appear in the story mode in some shape or form, and it hasn't really done that at the moment. I gotta say though, the transition from the cutscene to the gameplay, monumentally fire! Ooh, I got hyped! And I think the energy of Ichigo's voice actor also rubbed off on me. That specific moment reminded me that I'm not actually getting this game for the story mode primarily. I'm buying it because of the gameplay and Yoroichi. This isn't me trying to justify the issues that are clearly prevalent in the story mode. It just means that this mode specifically doesn't really hold much weight in deciding whether I buy the game or not. This is more of a bonus. Overall, from what has been shown, the pros outweigh the cons, and I still think this story mode will be a good experience. Again, especially if you're someone who has already watched the anime before. If you've never watched Bleach or read the manga, please do not use this game as your first time impression of it. Just from the beginning, it's clearly obvious that they are cutting out a lot of things, and at the end of the day, you can't really blame them for that. Anyways, the game is coming out soon. 2 months is nothing at this point. I'm genuinely excited to put my hands, my palms onto this game. And someone on my previous video commented about how Bleach Rebirth of Souls reminds them of Tekken. I'm gonna be real, that very comment has shifted my perspective of this game. They're kind of right. Or one of the older Mortal Kombat games, either Shaolin Monks or Armageddon, I can't remember properly. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to leave a like if you did. Now I shall ride off into the sunset with Rukia.